Well, hello there, Web Woman fans. Are you ready for adventure? We're moving right along here and having a lot of fun. I have, at this point, done 131 miles. We're moving down the road and getting excited because as we move farther and I'm able to do more on a regular basis, we're going to get closer and closer to our goal. I figured out that if I can do 40 miles a week, that's basically 8 miles 5 days a week, which I'm right now, that's about what I'm up to, is I do about 8 miles every time I get on the bike. I can do 2,000 miles in 12 months. So this time next year, I'm hoping to be able to celebrate 2,000 miles, but 131 miles isn't bad. And my birthday's coming up on Monday, and I've made a goal to do 150 miles by my birthday, so we'll see if we get that far. But we're going to be changing the format of the program a little bit. What I'm trying to do is get a little bit more participation from you all. I've got some great comments and some great people following me, and I'm getting emails and all that kind of cool stuff. But what I would like to do is to also not just talk about me, but talk about you. So if you'd like to, feel free to put together a video comment, down below, where you can talk about what you're doing to get out there and move, or give me an attaboy, that's great, or attagirl. Or talk about where you live, and kind of feature what's going on where you are, and I will take those and I will insert them into the show, and to give it a little more interest and not just always be my voice talking and whatnot. And we will be doing some interviews with people in the future and so forth and so on. The show's going to be 2 or 3 times a week. It might end up like twice a week, the first day of the week, and then Monday and then Friday is what I'm kind of thinking. And that way you don't have as many of them that you have to watch, and we can still cover all the ground that we need to and stay pumped up and moving and all that kind of cool and lovely stuff. So I figured out that if I can do 2,000 miles in a year, which is perfectly possible at the rate that I'm going at this point, that this journey will take me about 1.5 years to do. And so I'm going to get out there and move and stay focused and just keep doing what I'm doing. And wanted to say hello to Rich. Hope that your weekend walk was successful and that you had some fun and all those kinds of things. Also wanted to say hey to Judy. She's home from the hospital. I'm so excited about that because she was really sick for a while, and diabetes can really mess you up, and she's just had all kinds of interesting adventures of her own with diabetes. Diabetes isn't something to mess with, but the other thing is you get to a certain point in your life when you're diabetic, and there are certain things that you kind of lose a little control over no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do. So I want to continue to encourage those of you who are dealing with diabetes to get out there and move, because that will help you. However it is that you can do it, just move a little bit more today than you did yesterday. One other thing, goals are kind of funny things. If you sit here and look at the distance between your ultimate goal and where you are, sometimes that can be discouraging. My grandpa always used to say, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. But there's also another thing to keep in your thoughts, and that is this: how do you teach a baby to walk? When you're teaching a baby to walk, you have a parent on one end of the room and a parent on the other end of the room, and they're looking at him going, come on, you can do it. We love you. Oh, we're so excited and so proud of you. And you're reaching out to them, and they're not watching their feet. They're not watching every little step they take. They're looking into the eyes, their faces of those parents, and focusing on that reward that says that when I get to my parents, I get a big hug, and they're going to say I'm wonderful and cute and marvelous and everything. And so they get up and they walk. For us, we need to keep our sight on the goal of whatever it is, being more healthy, or for me, one of my goals is I want to be able to eventually dance again with my husband, which is something I haven't been able to do much of since the operation on my foot and the whole business with the autonomic neuropathy. But I'm working really hard to build up my stamina and all those kinds of things so that I can do that. And so when I think that it's getting hard, or it hurts, or I don't know if I can get back on the bike again today, I think about dancing with my husband. That's, you know, that's kind of the little prize, the thing that I'm reaching for here. Find something that you're reaching for and keep your eye on the prize. And that makes it a lot easier to make the intervening distance, because you're not watching your feet and your individual steps. You're focused on getting there. And you make short-term goals and long-term goals. That's my long-term goal, and we'll talk about some short-term goals on another show, but take a moment and think, what is it that I most want out of my program to become more healthy? You notice I don't talk about weight loss much, and it's obvious I need to lose weight. But you should know I used to weigh over 320 pounds. And so I've lost a lot of weight over the years. And I've learned some things about weight loss, and one of the first things is if you really want to lose weight, focus on being healthy. And so getting out and walking was my thing. That was the thing that really saved me, and drinking lots more water. And over time I started making better health choices and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, radical diets, that sort of stuff doesn't work, especially if you're diabetic. But if you focus on being healthy every day, if you focus on just doing the things you know you need to do in order to feel better, then the reward is kind of built in, because you do start to feel better, and you do, and you're going to have up days and down days, and some days you're going to feel crummy, and that's okay. Okay? On those days, you know, and some days you're going to blow it, and that's okay too. I mean, there are days when I admit to having a brownie. And I know that I'm going to pay for it. And but I don't just throw up my hands and say, oh, well, I had a brownie, I guess I'm doomed. You know. Instead, I say, you know, that was a whoops. And maybe I shouldn't do that again. And move forward and do something healthy for myself, like get on the bike, or you know, something that I know will make me feel better and allow me the same kind of joy that I get out of eating a brownie. I can get out of finishing that 8 miles. I mean, that's a big deal. Now that I can do 45 minutes at a time, that's huge for me. Now, I have to tell you, that first 5 minutes kills every time. The first 5 minutes is the worst. Once I get past that, then I can go on. But boy, I'll tell you, the first 5 minutes I get on the bike, I sit here and go, why am I doing this? Oh, I just really don't feel like it today. I can give myself 1,000,002 excuses about why I'm not going to do it today. But the fact of the matter is all, you know, I just focus at first. Let's just get past this 5 minutes. I know I'll feel better. Let me listen to the music and not concentrate on what's happening with my legs right now. And my tailbone, you know, I have issues. I injured my tailbone about a year ago, and I have issues with sitting for long periods of time, especially moving and sitting at the same time, which, you know, at any rate. So this is long, much longer than I usually do, but you won't have to listen to me as often, so it's probably okay. What I want you to do is to get out there and move. Go do something good for yourself today, and then when you're done, think of someone else that might need your help and go do something good for somebody else. Have a great week, and we'll see you at the end of the week